Hello and welcome to Yoga for Everybody today. It's one of my favorite classes today and we're going to be doing prenatal yoga. So we're going to be taking a comfortable seat for our class today. You do not have to be pregnant to enjoy the class. So have a seat, let your shoulders come down, lift your heart up, let your chin come down towards your throat. Great. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale with a sigh. Again, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. And 1/3 and final time. Taking a deep breath. And exhale with a sigh. Let yourself come in to the room. And give yourself the permission to really let go, and all you have to do is listen to the instructions and follow for your own needs this morning. So we always start by connecting in with the breath and just notice the speed at which you're breathing. Allow your breath to get slower and slower with each repetition of this cycle of breath. It helps enormously to also release the thoughts in our minds as we practice. So each time you exhale, imagine that a thought travels far and farther away from your mind so that you can really come back and concentrate in on just your breath this morning. Make sure that your breath stays very fluid and deep. So ideally, you feel your stomach move with each and every inhalation and exhalation. So now our breath is probably very slow, fluid, and deep. So we can start our Ujjayi breath. So contract your throat a little bit. And as soon as the larynx contracts, you'll hear the breath turn into a sound, kind of like the waves of the ocean. So try to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. That's usually the most comfortable, but do whatever is the most comfortable for you in this moment. Now we also want to concentrate in directing our energy as we breathe. So as we inhale, we want to think about bringing the energy up in our system. And as we exhale, we want to think about bringing the energy down in our body. So this is really a very mental exercise with the brain. So it might be easier if you remember something that gives you an energy ride. So inhale, you can think about being in an amusement park, and you feel when you're going up on the roller coaster, all of that energy that goes up and up and up. And then when you exhale, you want to think about something that helps you ground. So I know I often think about what it feels like when I'm dancing and my feet touch the ground. So again, inhale, think about something that gives you a big rush of energy. And when you exhale, think about something that grounds you, that makes you feel safe and secure. So today, we're going to add in the 3-part breath with that. So if you're not familiar with this type of breathing, it's easier if you start with your hands on your belly. So you're going to direct the breath with your hands. So with the first part, you inhale at the level of your belly. So you're going to feel as you inhale, the belly fills, and how you exhale, the belly button comes in towards the spine. The second part, you'll be placing your hands on your rib cage, just underneath the breasts. And when you inhale, you're gonna feel that the rib cage opens. And when you exhale, you'll feel that the ribs move in. That's excellent. So the third part of this breath, you'll notice it if you place your hands on your heart. And when you inhale, you'll feel the hands move up. And when you exhale, you'll feel your hands move down. So we're going to combine these three movements in one breath. So we start with the hands on the breath, and you're going to take the first third of the breath through the belly. So the second third opens the ribs to the side. And the third part, the heart lifts. Now as we exhale, it's the opposite. The heart comes down, the rib moves in, and then we place the heli on the belly to press the belly button in towards the spine. So again, you're going to move at your own rhythm to move through the belly, the ribs, and the heart. And then you exhale, the heart, the ribs, and then the belly move in. So please do not worry about anything. When we start learning this breath, it's very common that we lose our place. Don't worry, don't stress. We can just always restart this type of wave that's moving through the body. After your next exhalation, let the three-part breath release and just start taking deep belly breaths. So why I love teaching prenatal yoga so much is that we don't have just our own bodies here. We have a body inside of the body to connect into the energy. Great. Now place your hands on your knees. And as you exhale, let your chin sink down towards your chest. Your chin might or might not touch the heart. It does not matter at all. Now remember, you always want to be comfortable, so feel free to move your legs if you need to. So notice all of the sensations that you're having around your neck and your shoulders. And notice how far down your back this stretch moves. And then you can start making half circles with your head, coordinating the movement with the breath, inhaling up and around towards one shoulder, exhaling towards the heart, and then if it's comfortable, make big circles with the head. And change directions. Excellent. Come back to center. If you have the cushion, place it to the side. And we're gonna place our legs in a diamond shape and take the thigh and rotate it outwards. And then you're just gonna exhale and roll forward to wherever you feel comfortable. Let everything round forward. Now, if your belly is really big right now, open your legs even wider so that you have lots of space for your belly. Don't worry at all if your spine is straight or not right now. You're just going with whatever is comfortable and breathing deeply. So ideally, we want to hold on to that Ujjayi breathing for most of the class. Excellent. Now roll the back up one vertebrae at a time. Whenever you're ready, bring your hands behind the back and make little cups with your fingers if that's more comfortable for you. Or if it's more comfortable, you can let your palms be flat on the ground. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together and look up towards the sky. If that's comfortable, you can even let your chin lift up totally. And remember, that's just a suggestion. You do not have to do that if that's not comfortable. Now, if your head is the whole way backwards, try to slide your bottom jaw forward so that you also stretch out your throat. Great. Inhale, lift your head up. Keep your hands where they are. And then open your feet really wide with your knees bent. We're going to think about isolating one leg at a time. And then as you exhale, lower one knee down towards the floor. Inhale up. Exhale the other knee towards the center of the mat. Inhale up. Now, just think about tracing your mobility as you start so that you can notice if you're sensitive or not. And if it becomes easier during the repetitions, feel free to let the knee come down a little bit more. You always want to work with comfort and not feeling pain. So also remind yourself that when you're pregnant, you're often more flexible than other times because of the hormones. So don't overstretch. Take your time. Great. Now come back to center, cross your legs, and come back to a seated position. Always feel free to sit on a cushion if that's more comfortable for you. Inhale, lift the left hand up, place it on the right ear, and let your left ear sink to the left shoulder. Let your right arm just sink down. And then play a little bit with the angle of your chin to find the best angle for your neck in this very moment. Good. You can stay just like that, or if you want to make this stretch a little bit more deep, stretch your right shoulder down towards the floor, just with the muscles. Great. Now, we don't always think about this, but when we have a big pregnant belly in front of us, we often develop a lot of neck and shoulder tension because it changes our posture. Good. Inhale. Stretch the hand and the hand up towards the sky. Stretch the right hand out to the side. And as you exhale, come down into crescent moon. Good. Turn your right elbow in towards your hip. Keep both hips on the ground. Lift the heart up. And turn the left rib cage slightly backwards. If you like, you can also stretch that left hand out towards the right. Excellent. Keep breathing deeply. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the hand down. Other side. Inhale, lift the right hand up. Exhale, place it on the left ear, and then let the right ear sink towards the right shoulder. So now we're looking for the stretch on the left side of the neck. You can play a little bit with the angle to make sure that you're using the best angle for you to heal this morning. Again, you can stretch that left shoulder to deepen the stretch if you feel like that's necessary. Keep taking a couple more deep breaths. Good. Inhale the hand and the head up towards the sky. Stretch the left hand out slightly. Bend the elbow and exhale to come down on your crescent moon towards the left side. You're going to notice one side is going to feel more stiff than the other. That's fine. Just keep both hip bones on the ground. Then lift the heart. Rotate the right side backwards. Let your neck relax. And you can always stretch the right hand out towards the left if that feels good for you. Keep breathing deeply and notice all the tensions that are leaving your body right now. Excellent. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Now bring your left hand to the right knee and bring the right hand behind the back. Roll the shoulders back and down. And as you exhale, twist slowly towards the right side. Now, as we inhale, I'm going to stretch up imagining through the crown of the head, and exhaling, we're going to twist a tiny bit more. Keep moving slowly with the repetitions. Never force. Take your time. Excellent. As we exhale, we're going to come slowly back to center. Now bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind, stretch up through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, twist towards the left side. Take your time. There's no pressure. Use the whole inhalation to feel how long your spine is, and use the whole exhalation to twist a bit more. That's excellent. As we exhale, we're going to come back to center. Very good. Now place your hands behind your back. We're going to bend our knees, and we want to think about working with our sciatic nerve, because a lot of times when we're pregnant, our sacrum moves a lot, and we can have a block with the sciatic nerve. Now, lift your left ankle to your right knee, and we want to think about having a nice stretch on the left hip. Now, if you need to have a deeper stretch, bring the right foot in a little bit further towards the belly. Make sure you can still move your left foot so you don't overstretch the tendons in your ankle. Take a few deep breaths here. Remember to keep the heart lifted and the shoulders relaxed. And all you have to do is breathe. Excellent. Bring the left foot down. If you need to, wiggle your hips a little bit. And then bring the right ankle to the left knee. So remember, a lot of times you're only going to have one hip or one sciatic nerve that's bothering you. So adjust where that left foot is centered. You can always play with the angle. You can move it even a little bit. You want to think about feeling that stretch through the right side. And remember, be happy if you're not feeling anything right now, because that means you don't have a problem with your sciatic nerve, and just enjoy the breath. Exhale, bring the foot down, and then bring the feet together, and we're going to bounce the knees up and down for a butterfly posture. Super. Now, we're going to come up onto all fours. Now, when our bellies are big and pregnant, feel free to open the knees a little bit more than usual, but keep your wrists under your shoulders. Keep your index fingers parallel, and then stretch your other fingers out from there. Turn your elbows inwards. And we're going to be starting with our cat and puppy stretch. So as we exhale, we roll the back up towards the sky and relax the neck. As we inhale, the belly drops down and we look up as we turn the tailbone up as well. So again, as we exhale, think about that cat at Halloween. And as we inhale, you think about that puppy looking up. So keep working comfortably, and you'll feel the freedom coming back into the movement. Come back to your neutral position, and we're going to think about circling out the hips. Now feel free to move however it's comfortable, and think about really moving all the hip bones in any way that's really comfortable for you. change directions if you need, and feel all of that comfortable feeling coming back. Good, come back to center, and then stretch the left leg out to the side. So ideally, our foot's comfortable on the ground. We're gonna balance on the right hand, and then inhale, lift that left arm up towards the sky. Stretch all your fingers, and then stretch the arm as high as you feel comfortable up towards the sky. We're gonna take a few deep breaths. Great. Now exhale and stretch that left arm all the way down towards the right until your until your left ear touches the ground. You might have a nice stretch on the inner left thigh as well. There's one more option if you like. You can inhale and lift the right arm up towards the sky for another twist. Great. Now as we exhale, we're gonna bring the right hand down. We're gonna come up onto the hands and then bend the knee and come back to your neutral position. Great, other side. Extend the right foot to the floor. Now to start, balance on your left arm. Inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Stretch your fingers out as much as possible and stretch the hand upwards towards the sky. Keep breathing deeply. If you ever feel like you can't breathe deeply, you might just be too deep into the posture. So move back if you need to. Great. Exhale, bring the hand down and cross it all the way under your body until the right ear touches the ground. Now place your left hand on top of the right and watch your left hand. If you feel like it's possible for you to lift the hand up towards the sky. Again, take a few more deep, deep breaths in and out. Good. Exhale. Bring the left hand down and come back up onto all fours. Now, as we exhale, sit back onto your heels. We're gonna bring a block or a cushion forward. So as soon as you start noticing that your belly's getting bigger and bigger, we don't have the same relationship with the floor. So to make sure that we have lots of room for the belly, we're gonna place our forehead on the cushion or the block to make sure that we're not crushing anything. Good. Now inhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then exhale, straighten your elbows and bring your forehead to that block or cushion. Of course, adjust the cushion to wherever you need. Now inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky. They might not move much from your hips, don't worry. A lot of times when we're pregnant and are not pregnant, we have tons of shoulder stress. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, we're gonna come up and shake out the hands or make fists if you need. It's very common that we lose circulation in our hands with that posture. Great, I know it's your favorite, so we're gonna do this a second time. Now bring your hands back behind your back, straighten the elbows, lift the heart, and exhale, bring the forehead down to your cushion. Relax your hips, and inhale, lift the hands away from your hips. And this time we're gonna see if we can do circles with the hands. And remember, you just have to trace your mobility and then change directions. Oh, that's very good. Exhale, let the hands come down to the floor, press the belly button in, and inhale up to sitting. Again, shake out your hands or make fists. Great. So we want to think about making a very easy delivery. So we want to think about really opening the hips and stretching them out. So open your knees as much as you can. And I would like you to think about supporting your shoulders this time with the cushion. And if you like, you can even use a block for your forehead this time. So this is modified frog posture. So bring your forehead forward, and then you're gonna just, depending on your level of flexibility, you have the option of opening the knees a little bit more, or even opening the feet up behind you. Remember, feel free to play with the cushions and the block so it feels appropriate for your body, which is different than every other body. Always make yourself comfortable. Now, ideally, you want to have that feeling that our knees can slide a little bit. A lot of us have lots of tension around the sacrum, and you'll notice that this will really start working on those attachments between the hip muscles and the sacrum. If you ever need to, close your knees a little bit if you're feeling like you're overstretched. So now, as you exhale, bring your hands to the ground and inhale to come to sitting. So I know it's a repetition to hear this again, but remember, we have extra hormones when we're pregnant that make us extra flexible. So keep in mind to move slowly, not to overstretch. Great. Now we're coming back onto our all fours. Place your hands under your shoulders, rotate the elbows in, rotate your toes under, and as you exhale, straighten the knees to come into down dog. And press the hands to the earth. Good. Open your feet a little bit wider if that's more comfortable. And then walk the legs out by bending the knees one at a time. Great. If you like, wiggle your hips side to side with the movement to get even a deeper stretch to the sides. Good, now come back to center and then walk the hands towards the feet to find the balance on your feet in a standing position. Great. So we're going to do a few standing postures. So watch your feet, and again, make them a little bit wider than normal if you need to. Lift your toes up, spread them out, and then replace them on the mat. And then you want to feel like you're grabbing your mat with your toes. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale your hands in prayer in front of the heart. Again, inhale, lift the arms up. This time, exhale, dive forward. If you need to, always feel comfortable to open your feet up a little bit more. Keep your knees a little bit soft if you need to as well. Relax your neck, cross your forearms, and then just rock a little bit side to side to relax the back. Great. Relax your arms and bring your hands to your shins, lifting up halfway as you inhale. And think about stretching out all the way from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Good. Exhale, lean forward, and then inhale, soften the knee and come the whole way up to standing. Exhale your hands down in front of your heart in prayer. Inhale, bring the hands up and over the head. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, hands to shins, straight back, halfway up. Stretch between the crown of the head and the tailbone. Make sure that your shoulders are comfortable. Exhale, dive forward. Soften your knees and inhale to bring your hands up as you stand. This time, interlace your fingers except for your index fingers. Bring your shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale, lean towards your right in a crescent moon. If you feel comfortable, press your left hip to the side. Roll your left rib cage backwards. Perfect. Inhale up. Exhale, lean down towards the left side this time. Feel the weight in your feet to make sure that you're still stable. And rotate the right side a little bit backwards. Great. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Now we're going to open up our legs even wider. Again, just wide enough to be comfortable. You might want to turn the other way to make sure that you're on your mat. Now, turn your right foot to the side and lift your arms up parallel. For Warrior 2, we're going to bend our right knee and sink down into the hips. If you need to, slide your leg forward or backwards. If you're tired, you can bend your knee or straighten it as much as you need. Now, strengthen the belly by pressing the belly button in. Great. Now, sink down a little bit more into the hips and place your right elbow on the right knee and stretch that left arm up and over the ear. If you can, sink a little bit more into the hips if you like. And keep breathing deeply. Excellent. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your arms parallel. Turn the right toes in and the left toes out. Great. Bend the knee. Make sure your arms are still parallel. Just squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit together. Feel your legs nice and strong. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the left elbow, place it down on the left knee, and swing the right arm up and over the ear and stretch the whole right side. Great. If it's comfortable, sink down further into your hips and just keep breathing. Excellent. Inhale up to center. Let your arms come down. Turn the toes inwards. Make sure that you have your blocks close by just in case you need them. We can put them forward because sometimes when we have extra weight, we need a little bit of extra help too. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, lean forward. If it's comfortable, place your hands on the block. And remember, you have different options for the height of those blocks. Good. You've got lots of space right now for the belly. Turn your tailbone up towards the sky. And then completely and totally relax your neck. And breathe deeply. Very good. Now, bring your hands in and then cross your right hand to your left ankle and then bring the left arm up behind you for a twist. Good. Take a few more deep breaths. As you exhale, bring the right hand down and then we're going to place the right hand on the left ankle. Inhale, lift the left arm up and take a few deep, deep, deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands down Bring the hands to the waist. And then inhale, come up nice and slowly to standing. Good. So this time we're going to turn the right foot to the side. And then we turn the left foot forward to come into a lunge. If you like, you can bend the back knee. Good. So straighten your knee and then bend your knee. So we're going to keep stretching out all the muscles here around the hips and the thighs. If it's comfortable, bring your forehead down towards the shin too. Good. Keep your right knee bent and then bring your left knee down to the mat. Inhale, bring your hands up and over your head. Shift your gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, lean forward. Tuck your left toes under, straighten the knee, and then take a step backwards with the right foot for down dog. Good. Inhale, take a step forward with the left foot. And then we're going to go into the moving twist. Exhale, bending the right knee to the floor. Inhale, straightening the knee. And just use your breath to guide the movement. Notice the difference of the feeling when you press that right heel down towards the floor if you need an extra stretch. Good. Now bring the right knee down to the ground. Relax your foot. And inhale, bring your hands up and over your head. Rotate the shoulders back and down. Stretch your fingers out. Shift your gaze up towards the sky. Great. Now exhale and bring the hands down to the ground. Tuck your toes under. And then inhale, take a step back with the left foot for down dog. Now turn your tailbone up towards the sky and press your hands to the earth. And this time we're going to prepare for pigeon pose. So inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, bend your knee, and then swing it down between your two hands. Good. Now, if you like, you can put the block under the right hip if you're finding this intense. It's just an option. Then bring your forearms down to the ground and find the balance between both your hips, because oftentimes we'll sit more on the right hip and we want to have an equal amount of weight on the hips. As soon as you're comfortable, notice if it feels comfortable to bring your forehead to the mat. If it's not comfortable, bring a block or two or a cushion in front, and then you can bring your forehead to that. And then you can totally relax. So it's great to feel a small stretch, but not too much. If it's feeling too intense, move your foot closer towards your left thigh. If you're not feeling anything at all, it's the opposite. You can slide your right foot forward. Now you never want to overstress your knee by having more than a 90-degree angle. Then bring your forehead down and take a few more deep breaths. So a lot of times this is a posture where we will contract our hip without even notice. So tell yourself right now to relax your hip muscles. And we have to remember the hips would like to be nice and comfortable for the birth. Let all of those tensions just release from your hips. Listen into your interior wisdom and ask yourself if it's better if you move a little bit. And remember, each person and each pregnancy is different. Some people get extra energy, some people feel exhausted. Just do what feels good in this very moment. Great. Now walk your hands in towards your knee. Turn your left toes under, and then we're going to step back for down dog. Walk your ankles out one at a time. And then let your heels sink down towards the mat. Inhale, lift up the left leg, bend the knee, and then exhale, bring your left knee between your two hands. So again, always remember, one side's going to be more flexible than the other. So you have to adjust the angle to whatever feels good today. Now bring your hands down to the earth. Wiggle until you find that balance between both sides of your body. Once you're in that position, notice how your left hip is feeling. If it's really uncomfortable, bring that left foot closer to the right thigh or support your hip with a block. And then, if you're not feeling much at all, slide the left foot up a little bit, and then you can totally relax. Feel free to support your head with a cushion or a block. Relax your muscle, and notice that with the exhalations, that the gravity starts pulling you closer down towards the earth. You don't have to do anything here at all. Between the breath, the relaxation, and the gravity, the work is done for you. It's your comfort that's more important than anything. Very good. Check into all that tension that's leaving your body. Now remember, when you're pregnant, the bones can move more than usual. So it's really common that the sciatic nerve can be pinched, and always make sure you're in the right position. Great, walk your hands in by your knees, tuck your right toes under, and then exhale, step back for down dog. Walk your heels one at a time so you'll be much more comfortable in your hips. Now let your heels sink down towards the floor. Turn your tailbone up towards the sky. And we're going to do another stretch for the hips. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, this time we're going to step it to the outside of the right foot. Keep the knee bent, and then bring the left knee down to the floor. We're going to practice dragon posture, which has several steps, and just go to whatever step feels good for you. Sometimes just our initial position for dragon is enough for a lot of people. You're just going to sink a little bit into your hips in this position. Now, if you're finding this very easy, bring your elbows down to the floor and interlace your fingers and press your elbows down to the floor to have lots of stability. Then you sink down a little bit more into your hips. Now, if you still are finding this very easy, tuck your right toes under and lift your right knee up, stretching back with the left side and stretching the heel back. Great. Now bring your left knee down to the floor, come back up onto your hands, and then take a step back with the right knee. Now, other side. We're going to take a step forward with the left foot, placing it to the outside of the left hand. Remember, just go to whatever step feels good for you. Sink down into your hips. If you want to go further, bring your elbows down to the floor, interlacing the fingers. And if you want to go into the third step, tuck your right toes under, lift the knee up, and then stretch that right heel backwards. Keep pressing the elbows into the mat to support your weight. Fantastic. Now as we exhale, bring the right knee down, come back onto your hands, and then step the left knee back. Sit back onto your heels. For our next stretch, open your knees nice and wide and keep your big toes touching one another in the back if that's possible. And then walk the hands forward and press your hands to the earth in child's pose to stretch out the back. It'll feel nice and comfortable. Great. Now walk the hands in by the knees. Place your knees back together. And this time, we're going to sit down on our left knee, on our left hip, I'm sorry. Sometimes we might already have a nice stretch. If not, inhale, lift the right hand up, and you can even lift the hips up also. You can always sit down on the hips if you prefer. Good. Exhale, come down. Bring the right hand down and then walk the hands forward. Remember, this is going to depend a little bit on the size of your belly, but it's a great position to do a nice twist. Now walk the hands back to the center, and then we're eventually going to sit the hips down towards the right side. Balance on your right hand. And you can stay like that, inhaling the left hand up, lifting the hips up too if you like, or keeping the hips on the floor, whatever feels better. Now as we exhale, bring the hips down, bring the left foot hand forward, and then walk both a little bit on a diagonal, just so we can stretch the back out. Sometimes you have to move the belly a little bit to make sure you're comfortable. Keep breathing deeply. Now sit down on your hips. And now, especially since you're pregnant, we're going to take a nice moment here to really relax and make sure that we're very comfortable. So I know sometimes when we're pregnant, we have that feeling that the stomach is kind of crushing us. So you want to make sure that you have enough around you to prop your head up a little bit in this position. Usually in the first trimester, this might not be necessary. Depends how many pregnancies you've had as well. But as we go bigger and bigger, sometimes you have to prop yourself up a little bit more. So again, put the cushions or a block under your head if you need. See where your hands feel the best. And then bend your knees. Place your feet together. And just let your knees open up to the sides. Make sure your palms are rotated up towards the sky. And again, see what it feels like if they're down by your hips or if you stretch them out to the sides. Or you can feel free to interlace your fingers over your belly. And now, there's nothing at all else you need to be doing. All you have to do really is close your eyes and let go of all of the muscular strength. So just allowing your knees to open like this, you're going to release a lot of tension in the inner thigh. Although keep in mind, you're always welcome to adjust your legs and everything however you need during this posture. You can even come totally out of this posture and relax on your left side. So take a moment here to relax your toes, your feet, and your ankles. Relax your calves and your knees, your inner thigh. Relax your belly and your hips. And feel your back becoming so relaxed that it starts melting down over the bolster. Relax your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. Relax your throat and your neck. Let your jaw open up a little bit. And even relax your face, your head. And every time you exhale, allow yourself to move further and further into the relaxation, allowing everything from the top of your head to your toes to really melt down. And you'll notice in yoga, we're often connecting through the breath to all the layers of our being. And right now, you have that lucky moment in your life where you get to connect your breath through your energy into even your little baby's energy. And just imagine what it's feeling like at this moment. And listen into your inner voice and remind yourself that you are made to have a baby and that your delivery is going to be beautiful and easy. Right now, you might even be able to imagine how your baby's heart is beating. And really remind yourself how perfect this very moment is, and that you are doing the best thing for you and your baby at this very moment. And remind yourself that when you listen into your inner wisdom, you know exactly what you need to be doing. At the same time, notice how you feel as just you. And notice what all of those positions have done to your body, and to your mind and your soul. And take a mental note so that you know what postures really made your body more comfortable, so that you might know what helps you during your pregnancy and what might even help you during delivery. really relish this moment of luxury of being pregnant and having that time to really look after you and your baby. So whenever you feel ready, bend your knees and turn onto your left side. So I know often we turn onto our right side during Savasana, but often while we're pregnant, it's much more comfortable on the left side. Do whatever feels better for you. Push your cushion to the side. So keep a hold of that nice feeling of relaxation. Place your right hand down to the floor. And as you inhale, press your hand to the earth to come up to a seated position. Bring your hand in front of the belly if you haven't already. Great. Feel free to sit up on a cushion or a block if that's more comfortable for you. If you like, keep your eyes closed. Totally and completely relax your shoulders. Lift the heart up. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer. And then sing Om to end the class. So take a deep breath in. Thank you so much. Namaste.